How's it going, all you lovely little weirdos? I'm Globaoutcast, and that's my co-host, TheAnimeShogun.
Oh yeah.
Today we're talking about isekais, some of our favorites and some new ones. You want to start it off since you're the anime guy?
You know, I guess I suppose I can.
You
But
don't want to be
okay,
pulling
so
teeth.
I'll pull your teeth.
Ooh, daddy.
No. So, okay, let's talk about, I think what's a good one to start with. So, okay, let's start with the one you're currently fucking watching right now. The wrong way to use healing magic.
I fucking love it.
I figured you would. I mean, the dude doesn't hear the bells. She's basically been wanting it, but I like how much of a fucking freak you find out she is.
Yeah,
Like
so
you haven't watched all of it yet, but as soon as you do, you're gonna be like, "Holy fuck, this bitch is like hornier than I thought she was."
yeah. Like I'm at this point, I'm only in episode 3, and I'm pretty sure she now thinks about his cock being ribbed with like abs all over it.
Oh, just wait until you get to the episode where you actually see, where you actually got Rose, and she's like, so there's an episode. There's an episode. I think it's like 3 or 4. I'm not 100% sure, but it's literally they're doing strength training, and I think it might have been right on the one that you saw. But he's literally doing push-ups with a cement block on his back,
I'm
and it's
literally on
Rose's.
that episode. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she turns around and he's like, he kind of just scoffs at her, like at Rose a little bit. She's like, "Did you just scoff at me?" And him being him, he's like, "What? I didn't even know you were up there, my sweet Rose." And she's like, "Oh, we got
Smooth
a
talk.
sweet talker."
I fucking died when I heard that.
So then she turns around and throws another fucking block on him, and they're all like, what the hell is going on?"
Is he okay?
Oh, just wait until you get the actual male hero and the princess. Later on, you might be like, okay, this is a little sus.
Yeah, it was. As it ran out, it's funnier than hell. And I love the fact that the same chick who voices Rose voices Ursula Scarlet and Luffy. Ironically,
Yeah,
yeah, I think
like,
that's kind of funny.
wasn't it Colleen or Colleen?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but that's Colleen something. And the same dude who voices the main character in that one voices Beast Tamer and Gabi Maru and uh, in Horimiya, the main character in that one, the main male one.
Miyamura.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he voices that one. I'm like, oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna look more into it.
I like voice actors. They fascinate me.
Still doesn't beat Sean Schemmel passing out from screaming.
Yeah.
Nothing will beat that. But so wrong way to use healing magic. It's I laugh at it because it cracks me up.
Oh, it's fucking hysterical.
Like
It
I think it's
is.
fucking funny as hell to me.
It's it's beyond amazing and beyond fucking hysterical. I want more, and I'm not even
Like,
done.
wait until you get to the Black Knight. Just wait until you get to the Black Knight and then how Rose is.
Okay.
You're gonna be like, "You son of a bitch," and I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
but all right." So okay, with any questions so far, since you're just starting that.
Not yet. Like I'm okay. No, 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 let me rephrase that. No, let me change that. I'm curious why he didn't hear the bells, and he was still summoned.
So they actually explained that kind of in the very first episode. You probably weren't paying attention.
I probably wasn't.
They basically sat there and said that they were if you heard the bells, you were basically called.
Yeah.
So you also find out because they kind of recap it a little bit in the in newer episodes, like later in the episode or later in the show. Basically, he's there by accident. He's
Yeah.
not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's not like it's not so much an accidental summon or anything like that. He's technically not supposed to be there.
Yeah, and I like how the basic what I like to call this as of right now, it's redo of healer, but friendly. No, but G-rated. If any of you
More
have seen,
wholesome. We'll
yeah,
say etchy but wholesome.
it it's redo of healer, but Disney version.
Now that's just insulting the redo of healer. Come on now.
Redo of healer is pretty much just softcore porn.
And your point is what?
Okay, it's softcore revenge porn because episode 2 is wow.
That's like my favorite episode, and I haven't even actually watched the like actual softcore version of it. I watched the more adult version of it. I watched it the way it's supposed to be watched.
Yeah, that's
What? I'm a degenerate. I'm okay with that.
I know you are.
Fuck you. But yeah, so wait until you meet the Black Knight. It's fucking hysterical. And I hands down on the fact that the male hero, you might be like, that's a little sus.
I'm gonna take a guess and say he goes gay for the Black Knight.
No, because you're gonna find out what the Black Knight actually is.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not spoiling shit because, like I said, I want you to call me or message me and be like, "You son of a bitch!" I'm looking forward to it, so I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
No, you'll find out. You'll find out when you actually watch. But
Okay.
um, let's stop and talk about just how pervy that female hero is.
Yeah,
The heroine.
I'm only on like episode 2, and I already know she's fucking pervy as fuck. She's a muscle person.
Oh,
She's
you
hands.
have no. You are innocent and pure until you've watched later into that show. You
Cause she
have no idea.
she's
Let's
all like,
just
let me see
say,
those muscles.
I not even that. Let's just sit there and say she has a fondness for your cute things. And you find out that there's actually a demi-human. I'm going to spoil this a little bit for you, but you find out there's an actual demi-human that's basically got what they call the power of the Oracle. She can give you visions.
Okay.
So the main guy sees a vision of his friends basically getting killed by the Black Knight.
Yep.
At some point, the female hero, or the heroine, we'll just say, she gets kind of caught. She catches wind of this demi-human, and he's basically like, knock it off, you fucking perv. And you were gonna laugh at their fucking commentary between the two because it is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. Half the shit that she sits there and she says is kind of like, what?
Yeah. Shit. I'm only on episode 2 and I already love this anime. Oh, it's
I was
fucking just
skeptical about it, but I even was kind of like, this is pretty good.
yeah. I had a guy who I used to work with who loved who read the manga, and when he found out it was turning into an anime, he reread the manga because he loved it so much, and he told me to watch it. So eventually I did.
I even told you to watch it.
Yeah, even you did, and that usually says something because whenever you like try a new anime and you're like okay with it, you're like, it's decent. Like you won't say to watch it or not. You'll just say it's decent. It's something to put on in the background. But if you love
Background
something and
noise.
yeah, put something to put on the back in the background. But if you actually truly love an anime that you want a friend of yours that likes anime also to watch, you're like, dude, fucking watch this.
It's just it's that stupid funny. And what
Yeah,
gets me with it is how everybody's afraid of Rose. Can't blame them. Dommy mommy, come on
I
now.
call her Muscle Mommy.
You call her muscle mommy because she's literally like She-Hulk. I
Yeah.
call her Dommy mommy because as soon as you find out later in the episodes, she's basically a Dommy mommy, especially with how she treats the Black Knight.
All right, let's be fair. You want to be dominated.
listen, all right, I'm all for women my age since I have a girlfriend, but at the same time, I would happily, and I love my girlfriend for this, but I would happily cheat on my girlfriend if it meant Rose dominating me.
Yeah, she's our muscle mommy.
Dommy mommy. You even agreed. You even agreed.
I
She's
said
a
with a
muscle
hint of
dommy
Dami
mommy.
mommy. A hint of Dami mommy.
I'm still taking that as a win, fucker. You will not deny this of me.
We'll talk about the girlfriend thing later.
No, we won't. So, anyway,
You lied to me.
lied to you about what? You
I
didn't
don't know.
ask. Anyway, so yeah, it's a fun anime. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
was fucking cracking my ass. I was laughing my ass off at it.
Oh yeah. I'm laughing hysterically at it.
As you should, because it's fucking hilarious.
He's gonna be my right hand man. Wait. Did proving herself to me turn a backfire on me?
Well, let's talk about the one thing that you gotta laugh out of.
Which was I gotta laugh at a lot of
I'm
stuff.
writing about you in my journal.
Oh yeah. I love how the fact that he won't say it to her face, but he's all like, "I'm writing about you in my journal."
And then she turns around and he's like, "Oh my god, did she actually find out I've been writing about her in my journal?"
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
All right. I think the one the anime I'm excited about because it's actually in one of my it's actually in my top 5 favorite animes is Our Furietta.
Okay.
And I remember watching it, telling you to watch it. Eventually, you watched it,
Because you wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
but you actually loved it, and because it's one of those animes where he gets isekai, he gets betrayed, but he doesn't go back and he goes all like, I forgive everyone. No, eventually he just goes, fuck everybody, fuck you. I want to go home. I found one woman I love. I'm taking her with me. Fuck the rest of you. Anyone gets in my way, I'm killing them. And that
Yeah,
dragon.
considering. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that dragon. But at the same time, you've got the female one that's like the female that healer that's basically in love with him, and he's basically like, yeah, you're not my type. But then in season 2, as soon as she gets basically stabbed and she's gonna get mind controlled, that failed. So the dude basically killed her
Yeah.
because the one lady can control her after she's dead by bringing her back to life as like a meat puppet.
Yeah, and
And
he just
he shows up. He's just sitting there in the stands, like, "Hey kids, what are you doing?"
yeah. When you said that, instantly reminded me of fucking Team 4 Stars Vegeta.
What are you doing? What am I
What my
doing?
plans?
What your plans? Well, are you?
You know what? Yes. I'm blinded by my own rage. But I
See,
don't think it.
for me, it'd be the whole. If we're gonna bring that up real quick, my favorite part would be more towards the Cell Saga.
Yep.
Huh? This is a new feeling. Pride in
And
somebody else.
Yep.
Too bad it's being overwhelmed by all this unyielding rage.
Yep. But I don't think it was it wasn't her type. I think it was he was too shy in the first season to talk to her, to like confess his feelings. I think he liked her
No,
too.
no, I don't know because if you remember from, you're gonna have to do a recap, sir, because I'm disappointed in you.
I'm gonna
But
have to rewatch it because if I remember
he
correctly,
even admits to her that he's not in love with her, and the only woman he's in love with is Yui.
no, yeah, that's after he meets Yui. In the beginning, first season before he meets Yui, he couldn't.
Yeah, it's towards the end of season 1 that he basically turns around and tells her that.
Yeah, I thought you were
But
talking
even
about.
after that, in season 2, you've never really heard him sit there and say that he's in love with her.
Yeah, he still likes her. I thought you were talking about like
Yeah,
the beginning
he
episodes.
considers it like. No, he considers her to be more kind of like a friend. I don't think
Yeah,
he actually has like any
Yui.
love interest in her.
Yeah,
Yui's the only one that really he has like actual like love
feelings
for.
for. Yeah, my favorite moment in Our Furietta is in the first season when they're at the diner and he accidentally runs into his old classmates.
Oh, the old teacher.
Yeah, and this like Dick Guard comes up and he's fucking with the bunny girl that pretty much just fucking wants his dick. And
Oh, see, mine's a little before that. So one of mine's is they show up and they're at that place, but they're at the register
uh-huh.
or they're at the receptionist desk just before they run into the teacher. And she turns around and she's fighting with Yue about getting a place to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't remember what she says, but she says something about what's his name?
I always forget his name too, don't worry.
But basically because she's like, you stole my first kiss. And he's like, mouth to mouth and kissing is not the same
Yep.
thing. And she's like, she's turned around and she says that she's gonna basically sleep with him, and she basically embarrasses him in front of everybody.
Yep.
Then you just see him turn around, you see the purple eye fucking glare, and he pulls out the pistol.
Yep.
It's literally right after they got out of that fucking what's her name's fucking vault or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Because they went through the fucking water place and they found Lehman, which is lemon.
Yeah.
And they found him, and then they're like worthless rabbit because he goes to give her mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
And she turns around and is like full blown making out with him because Yui's like, oh Jesus Christ. Like Yui's definitely disturbed by it. And then they go to the fucking inn
Yep.
to get like a bed and everything. And Yui's basically fighting with her, like, no, you can get your own actual like bed and shit. She's like, no, I don't have to. And
Yep. But my favorite part is when that Dick Gart comes up and he's harassing the bunny. Maybe I should chop these ears off so you make look more like human. And the fucking rabbit's all, acting all shy, and the dude's all like, "Quit fucking with my teammate." And he goes, "What the fuck are you gonna do about
Hajime.
it?"
That's
Hajime.
his name.
Thank you,
Hajime.
And the guard says something, and he goes back to harassing her. And I think he's about ready to cut off her ears, and he points his gun and he shoots him. And he goes, "I warned you once. I wasn't
what
going to warn you
happened
again."
was, so what happened was she turned around and he threatens to cut off her ears.
Yeah.
She's disturbed by it, and the teacher was there. And he turns around and he said, "Hey, mind your manners. We're eating here."
Yeah.
And the guard turned around and said, "How dare you? You talk to your superiors this way?" And he turns around, he's like still kind of talking shit. At that point, it just became in general because Yui chimed in saying he's very inferior for being the loudest man.
Yeah.
And I think he turns around and he's like, worthless cur, and he says like one word, and Hajime didn't even give him a chance and just shot him in the shoulder.
Yeah, by far one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, because then he turns around and he sits there and says to his teacher, "That was your last warning shot."
Yeah. Now, do you want to talk about the dragon or his adoptive daughter first?
I will take the fucking daughter.
Okay.
Or no, the dragon. Because honestly, I'll sit there and say this as a friend of mine. I don't. Okay, so I got a friend of mine. I'm going to go a little bit into the backstory with this. This is going to be probably a lengthy episode, so bear with us. But his daughter kind of reminds me. I mean, I have one moment that I want to talk about with his daughter.
Okay.
But his daughter kind of reminds me of Kirito and Asura's like adoptive daughter, but the abridged version.
Okay.
Because his daughter reminds me of their daughter, because in the abridged version, they're going through this dungeon that I watched. And she's like, "Go for the eyes," or she's like, "Mama is scary." And Kirito's like, "Gary, where? I'll kill him." And he's just going on a massacre against these fucking toads in the abridged version. And Yui's just clapping along, having fun with it. So, weirdly enough, Hajime's adoptive daughter. So, I'm going to let you talk about the dragon, and I'll take the daughter, because there's one scene in our Furietta that's my favorite, and it's more of when the VA who plays Deku shows up, because they're down in the dungeon that Kirito that Hajime cleared by himself.
Yeah.
And he turns around, he's like, "What's up with this kid?" He slams down and scares Hajime's kid. And Hajime's like, "You dare scare my daughter?"
Yep. Another really great scene.
But please talk about the dragon. I'm giving you full options for that.
My favorite moment with the dragon is when she's in her dragon form and he shoots the steel beam bar up the dragon's ass.
He never shot it up her ass.
Well, let's be real. He put it up there.
Yeah, there's a difference between shooting it up there and literally fucking he grabs it and shoves it up her ass.
It went up there one way or another. That's all I'm saying. And he's just pounding it. Oh, please stop! Oh, there's no weird new feelings for me. And
Yeah,
I'm sitting there watching the
let's
entire thing like, oh, so she's an anal freak now. Okay. Wow.
wow.
Oh, I
I
was in
think it's more
tears.
I think it's more fair to say that that's masochism to a whole nother level. Or is it sadism?
Masochism is different than liking anal. But this is an
I
anime
just meant the whole
podcast, not a sex podcast.
but
But she did turn into a
might be in the
masochist.
future.
She did turn into a pod. She turned into a podcast. She turned into a masochist.
Well, yeah, because by the time she turns back to her, because she turned around and told him to pull it out. Pull it out. She told him to pull it out because her mana was running low.
Didn't
And
she ask him to pull it out slowly at one point?
she's like, yeah. She's like, pull it out. And as soon as he did, she's like, oh my God, that's a whole new pleasure entirely. Because after she did that, he was kind of like disgusted by her.
Yep.
And she what was it? She turned around because the other students, even the teacher, were like, "Oh my God," because even they had their hands to their backside, like, "Oh my God."
I loved how he's just punching the bar in her farther.
Yeah, he's
Oh, please
punching it,
stop!
shoving it more and more into her. And then at the end of it, when she turns into her human form, she's like, "Oh my God, you were so rough with me." And what does he do? He grabs her by the ankle and just drags her, so her ass is literally fucking being dragged against that ground, and she's still getting off on it. I swear to
Yeah.
God, this is an actual like podcast, and that we're not talking just sex here.
Yeah, this is an actual moment in the anime, and it's
Viewer
fun.
discretion is advised. We'll just say that.
It is beyond funny. Because after she joins, she's all like, "Punish me!" And he says something, and she goes, "Ah."
Yeah, because well, she even got off on the fact that he was ignoring her.
Yeah, which is weird.
She was getting off on it. She was like basically being like, oh, oh, this is a new feeling.
It's by far one of the funniest. I was in tears first time watching it.
Yeah, season one is definitely once you get up to the like once you're in season one, you start actually watching uh the
Yeah.
dragon and how that dragon just acts throughout season one. It's a whole new fucking perspective.
But before we move
It's
on,
like,
I want to talk about season two.
yeah, let's talk more about season two.
Season
We got a little
two.
carried away with season one.
Oh yeah, but season two. One of the OP moments is after when you said in the beginning when we started talking about this part was when his friend dies and he loses his shit. So he whips out a fucking Gatling gun, just mows motherfuckers down.
Well, okay, yeah, that's a good part too. The other part is when he summons a light and destroys the fucking demons that are like literally surrounding them. But I think the part that I loved the most was literally the guy who killed him or attempted to kill him. He said he didn't want revenge for, but he basically got his revenge because what did he do? He literally kicked that dude in the face like Nestle Crunch bars. Dude gets launched into the fucking like chairs or the benches in that fucking Coliseum. Then what does he do? He literally kicks that motherfucker out, and that dude got killed by fucking demons.
Yeah, because the dude was jealous of him because the girl that he liked Hajime.
Yeah, and he had the things for Kaori. That's her name,
Yeah,
Kaori. Kaori loved Hajime. He loved fucking Kaori. He did not like the fact that she liked Hajime instead.
because he
So
was
he basically
sulky.
wanted her, but the only way that he could mentally convince her or kind of get her to basically be his was he had to kill her or bring her to like an inch of her life. And he basically stabbed her and killed her. Other than the one lady who went with the demons, who you were like didn't expect, kind of.
Yeah.
She turns around and she's basically like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with these guys instead." And she basically betrayed everybody. And
Yeah. I also like
because
the
if I remember, end of season 2, they turned around, and they sat there and said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna come with us." And he's basically like, "Okay," because Yui's like, "That's wrong, Hajime." And he's like, well, nobody quite understood why it was wrong, like what they were referring to with that, but
yeah.
because he's basically using his classmates as cannon fodder.
Yeah. I like the fact that his adoptive daughter's mother started acting like that was her husband. He just created a harem of girls by accident, and all he wants is just one woman.
Well, yeah, you got the worthless, but you got your worthless rabbit, as
Yep.
he would call her.
The perverted
You got your
dragon.
worthless rabbit. Yeah, you got a perverted dragon. You've got the vampire hottie that he's got the hots for. Then you got the big busty cheer or classmate that's actually in love with Ham that he has like no romantic feelings for.
Yep. Then you have the mermaid mommy.
Yeah, you got the mermaid mommy and the mermaid daughter who's basically like, "Yep, this is not my dad."
Yeah. Well, he did save her from slavers, so
Yeah, and the only person she really cares about was mommy. But what's really funny is the fact that she doesn't consider UA as mommy or anybody else. She considers his harem as her sisters.
yeah. It was funnier than hell.
Oh, the end of season 1 cracked me up when UA looks at fucking Hajime and she's just like, "Put a baby in me."
I know. Oh, fun fact: the same VA for the worthless bunny is also Marin from My Dress Up
Yeah,
Darling.
Marin Kitagawa. Yeah,
Yep, I found
I
that out
believe that's
recently.
Amalie.
Yeah, I listened to some of her
Yeah,
songs. She's actually a pretty
I
good
do
artist.
too because I heard the she did the cover of Uta's song from One Piece Red.
Yeah, she did, and it was really good. I liked it. She does a lot of really good
She's
songs.
yeah, she's an actual she's called Amelie for a little fun fact here for everybody. She's called Amelie, but she actually has a VTuber content
Yeah,
where she's called Monarch.
Monarch or Lian Lee.
I've never heard her go by Leanne Lee. I've only ever heard her go by uh Monarch.
I follow her on Twitch. I watch her whenever I can.
I do, but I follow her on TikTok more than anything.
Yeah, but yeah, she's a really good voice actress. She's a really funny VA. Not VA, but Twitch.
Yeah,
And
she's really funny as a VTuber too.
yeah, she's a really good. She's a really good one. Um, you want to go next?
Sure, why not? So I'm gonna try to knock out these two at the same time. We just covered, wrong way to use healing magic. So the two I'm gonna kind of talk about is, am I actually the strongest? And my one hit kill sister.
Yeah,
Now, am I actually the strongest? Cracks me up because it's basically like this guy just wants to be it's got like the Konosuba vibes on I want to be nothing but a shut-in neat.
oh my god, I love that when I watched that one a while back. I loved it. I loved when he was a baby.
Yeah, as he's a baby and he gets basically picked up and
He can do school
they
shit.
turn around, they're like he has a magic level of 2 and they don't realize that he actually has like a level of 1,002.
Yeah,
So they casted him out, and then he finds out that his mom is basically like his actual birth mother in this new world is basically out to get him because, or not even out to get him. He just wants to relax life to not do shit.
yeah. And his mom's a bitch.
Yeah, I think she's borderline almost as bad as what's her name from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Yeah, whore.
But I like it how she had that fucking slave collar basically put on her.
It was beyond hysterical. I
It
loved
was
how he got his.
glorious.
It was. I loved how he got his little sister to hate from hating him to like almost damn near obsessed with him. And then he got her to, and he got turned her into a fucking anime nerd.
No, get it right. He got her into being a magical girl. That's what it was.
She watches
She got
other animes
obsessed with
too.
being.
She's an
Yeah, she
otaku.
did. She's an otaku, yes. But her biggest favorite one is the fact that she's a magical girl because she dressed as one.
I can't look at Magical Girls the same after I watched Is This a Zombie? I really fucking can't.
No, I can't. I don't blame you on that one. I don't think anybody really can. Nobody blames you.
It's a weird. Anyone who hasn't seen it, we may talk about it one day. It's funny.
We will never talk about it because it's that disturbing, and I would rather not scar our listeners.
I would.
If you're curious, well, we know you would. If you're curious, search it out. Search for it. Look it up on your own time. We do not approve this message.
I do.
Shut up.
This is how episode 1 starts.
Shut up. We are not talking about that. We're talking isekais. And we're talking about the good ones, not the ones that are mentally going to fuck everybody up. You want to talk about fucking things up? Go check out Ghost Stories then.
Oh, I'm so glad you shared. I'm so glad you started that. But anyways, back to the proper content. We had to have a little derailment.
So the other one is My One Hit Kill Sister.
Okay.
And that one, all I can say is I have never seen such a siscon situation before in my entire life.
I have.
Or sorry, not siscon. Let me rephrase that. A brother complex.
Oh, Brother Complex I haven't. I've seen a cis complex. Few of them because they're fucking weird.
Yeah,
Incest
this
and
one's
anime
more...
goes hand in hand, which is fucking bizarre.
Okay, we're not talking about incested anime, thank you, sir.
Technically, you just did.
Technically, I'm not trying to, because this is an isekai, and I can't control the fact that it also has some fucking brocon shit in here, alright?
Now shut up before I stab you!
I didn't choose this content, it chose me.
I was just thinking that. I didn't choose this life, it chose me.
Well, so, the main thing is this dude basically thinks, it's like Konosuba in the sense that he thinks he's about to save a girl. Turns out he really actually didn't need to save her. Like, at all.
Yeah.
And he basically is, like, borderline to a coma. And he thinks he's dead. Turns out he's not. So, he's like, oh, cool. Then he finds out out of nowhere his sister somehow managed to get teleported to the same world as him.
Yeah.
And she's like obsessed, like major. It'd be like what's that one anime I've seen before?
That explains everything.
Pot calling the kettle black much there, huh?
I know, right?
It's how do I word this? Because I'm trying to think of how do I put this. It's like if Konosuba met like okay, so yeah, that could work because I'm trying to think what's the best analogy to use. It's basically like Do You Love Your Mom and her two hit combo, whatever.
That's another
It's
one
like if Konosuba got thrown into Do You Love Your Mom?
That just sounds like a bad anime porno.
Basically, sister's obsessed with her brother, is willing to go the extra mile and cross that line.
Yeah. Might turn on my AC after this.
And it's just it's a funny anime. Don't get me wrong. I fucking cracked up laughing because the dude basically has like most isekais. The dude has a fucking harem. But what cracks me up is the receptionist is basically crushing on him. Her little brother is basically wants to be him. The healer is basically like a tsundere, but not a tsundere.
Huh.
Like she's a quiet, she likes him, all that fun mojo jojo kind of jazz. But the thing that's laughing is she joined a party.
Yeah.
And the main guy went to go save her because he got asked to because he's kind of been lying about his rank because his sister's OP as hell.
Yeah.
But basically one of the demon generals is basically following him around and acts like a sister. Then he gets like everybody. So he gets a healer that considers him the actual hero and calls him the exalted hero. So she's like, I'm staying in his party and I'm staying by his side to defeat the Demon King. That whole situation. His sister basically wants to fuck him. I said that correctly. the demon general that joins them basically acts like a sister, but she's mostly there to just kind of mooch off them
Yep.
and then fight with his actual sister. The
Yep.
receptionist is kind of just dragged along. Then you find out this woman who actually suspected him of lying and cheating. She turns around, goes into a fight with him, falls in love with him, and you find out that the one mate she has is basically like the one person you don't want to fuck with.
Okay. Yeah. I have it on my list. It's not on the top because it's not dubbed, so I'm not.
No,
Because
I don't know if it will be dubbed, but I've been watching it and I can tell you now, I got a good laugh out of it.
yeah. Now here's a question for you: Is the mom one? Do you love your mom in your two hit combo?
As her two hit combo, yeah.
Is it another one of those weird anime incest ones, or is it just like the mom just wants to be near him and love him and protect him, and he just all like, "Mom, leave me alone" type of thing?
Yes and no. So
Oh fuck.
it's kind of it's like an isekai, but it's not because he didn't necessarily because originally isekai was you died and went to another world.
Yeah.
This wasn't the situation. It was just more of along the lines of he basically came in and he got teleported through this game, and it's more of it's trying to get mothers and sons to be kind of close to each other, if that makes any sense.
Close
Like
as
they
in
just want
close,
to make
not
it
close as in
so mom.
Alabama, folks.
No, it's more of she wants to just basically go on an adventure with him and be around him.
Yeah.
It's not like an incest one because you find out like one girl basically the one redheaded chick I think is actually in love with him. The
Yeah.
one that carries his backpack is more like a little sister in that sense, and she's more like she just loves kind of being around him more so, I guess.
Okay.
And then the blue hair chick you find that he has like he's really crushing on.
Okay.
You find with her it's more along the lines of how do I put this? He's crushing on her, but she's basically tired of like her mom basically trying to get her to do everything.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. I get it.
So there's not much of the whole incest kind of situation going on, at least the way I would look at it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say so, but
Yeah.
no,
There's no.
my
I
one
want him.
hit
Th-
kill, my one hit kill sister has definitely got that more sweet home Alabama.
yeah. It's the mom woman's not. They're not sitting there going, "I want to put a baby in my mama." No. It's just plain
No,
old.
this one, yeah. So this one's more like my. It's more like sister wants brother to put a baby in her.
Yeah. Those are like
In a
dime a
sense,
dozen. Those
in a
animes are
sense,
dime a dozen.
in a sense, because she does, but she doesn't. She loves him and she's cute on him and all that shit. But I don't know if it's actual like borderline incest kind of situation. But
This podcast got weird.
fuck you.
Well, don't get me wrong. Anime in general can be fucking weird in itself. All right.
I can't help that a lot of isekai is basically, hey, let's fuck your sister or your mother in a fantasy world. I
It's
can't control that, nor could I help that. So
it's
fuck you.
either doing your mom or sister, or hey, this 400-year-old dragon lady that looks like an 8-year-old child wants you. There's no in between.
Exactly.
It's fucking weird and creepy. Very creepy.
I
But
believe it's your move now, sir.
knight to g6. Um, the next anime I want to talk about is actually one I watched on a whim and actually became one of my favorites, Demon Lord Retry.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like it is it's another isekai one, modern one. He played a game, fell asleep.
He didn't
Um,
play just a game, it was a game he created.
yeah, yeah. And he was shutting it down. He ended up transporting into a world with his character, not his game
So
world, but his character.
yeah, so his character got summoned in because they don't really give you the details, and it's kind of a funny story actually.
Yeah,
But yeah, so he basically got teleported into a world because somebody had sat there and said that they were summoning They wanted to summon a demon lord.
Yeah, and I think that statue lady that granted wishes
The
wanted to,
seraph, that's what
yeah,
it's called.
yeah, wanted to fuck those people over one last time. So she found someone, be like, you know what, fine, this guy's it.
Oh, hands down, hands
And
down.
yeah, he gets summoned there. Meets what's her name? What's that child's name that he ends up treating like his daughter? Um,
Starts with an A.
yeah, starts with an A, but she's goes into this forest and kind of used as a sacrifice because no one likes her. Her village didn't like her.
Yeah,
And
she was the one who did the dirty jobs, and
yeah,
because she had different color eyes, she was different from everybody, and they were basically like, "All right, well, she's gonna be the sacrifice to Grail, this demon that got brought back or got brought in." And
yeah, and he whoops his ass, finds her, takes care of her, and he ends up getting a small little harem that he doesn't fucking really care about because he doesn't want any of them.
I,
Um,
well, hold on, let me pause you right there. I don't know if I would actually classify that as a harem, because you got to remember he also has another guy that joined in too,
well,
so it's not necessarily a harem.
the girl part at least. It's a harem, but not a harem in my opinion. Because you have the doctor lady who ends up starting to like him towards the end of the first season.
Yeah, because she's released from her restraints from the original gameplay,
Yeah,
essentially.
she's
You've
still a
got the one healer, the one priestess that's like, I say priestess, but she's like a holy maiden that
yeah.
basically gets her ass fucking spanked, or as I would like to say, she gets her cheeks fucking clapped by him.
Oh, it's
And not in the sexual way, because we're already fucking past that borderline on this point already.
she's just a brat, and he's all like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna punish you. Whop 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 whop. You
Yeah, he
spanked my
spanks
butt.
her, or as much as yeah, it's like he spanks her, but I like to sit there and say she got her cheeks clapped because of
Yeah,
the fact that she basically did get her cheeks clapped.
yeah, and then you have her oldest sister, who ends up falling for him, which is my favorite part
Yep.
about her is she takes everything the wrong way. Fucking
Yeah,
hysterical.
so there's the angel lady that basically thinks that he's actually Lucifer
Yeah,
because he gave her the halo.
yeah.
Then there's her older sister, not oldest, but older sister, who's basically in love with his alter ego.
Which beyond is fucking hysterical because he
And
gets so
she's
he gets so cringy, and he knows
yeah,
it.
he's so cringe and he accepts it. He's just kind of like, why?
It is beyond hysterical. Yeah, and then you meet the bunnies, and my favorite part is when they go hop. You don't have to say hop all the time, bunny, motherfucker. I'm all like,
Now you're just doing it to piss me off.
I'm sitting there like, man after my own heart. I love how he just turned that village into a well springs, and he's all like,
Yeah, it was a hospital and it was supposed to be a bath or a hot spring.
yeah, and I love how he's all like, you know what? And they're like, how should we charge everybody? He goes, you know what? The poor people will pay. They'll have to pay however much they can. We'll
But
go on.
it's the least.
Yeah,
It's basically like the poor basically treat them like for free, but at the most try to make it so that they have to pay just a little bit.
yeah.
But the wealthy, oh fuck them. They have to pay all the
tooth,
fucking they have to pay
tooth,
like tooth and nail.
tooth and nail. I love the part when they first get when they first get that blind guy in. He heals and he goes, "I'm coming back. I'm coming back,
Oh,
sir."
yeah, he's going back to martial arts. Let's talk about how they're fucking named.
Oh my
Let's
god.
talk about that.
Oh my
Let's
god.
talk about how the fuck they are named.
Oh my god. The name's martial arts. Oh my god.
Shrimp fly, butterfly.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about it.
Shrimp. When I first heard those names, I'm sitting like, motherfucker, what? And I loved how even the main character was like with the people. He was the people watching this. He's all like, "Are you shitting me? That's the fucking name." Oh my god! Did they even think
Yeah.
about the names? And I'm sitting there like, this motherfucker knows me. I'm scared. It's like he's looking into my soul.
It's like he peered into my fucking soul. What's wrong with this?
And I'm excited for season two because I think it was
Yeah,
like
I heard it's been rumored. I'm curious to see how it's gonna how it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'll have to do more research and get back to you on that. I
Yeah,
may
you
do a little.
fucking better.
I may do a little short and talk to people. Do a little short and throw that out there about season 2 of Demon Lord Retry because I'm personally excited. It's another one of my top five favorite animes. Because I mean, anyone who's an anime fan, you really can't have one favorite anime. You have like top five.
Yeah.
And the
And
other
top five is pretty mild. If you
right,
really think about that.
right, and the other one is Seirei Gensoki Spirit Chronicles. There's a second season coming. It's a really good anime. If you haven't watched it, I would check it out if I were you. Um, the dude. It starts off with the dude in a bus, and he talks about this girl he met a long time ago, promised to marry her, yada yada yada. Doesn't know if she'd remember and all that shit. And he was staring at this mother and daughter, and as he was staring at her, this daughter was kind of staring at him back, kind of like shy, because she said he kind of in later in the show he looked like her big brother. He looked like someone who looked like to be her big brother, something like that. And they get into a car crash. So it's a traditional isekai. They die, they get transported, but they don't get their bodies. He ends up
Hmm.
getting his like conscious or whatever gets transported to this kid that's already in this isekai anime that's already in this isekai world, and it's more of his conscious. This kid has two sets of memories. The memories living in there, and the memories living in like Japan, modern time. And he ends up saving one of the princess. He ends up saving a princess, and for that he ends up getting to go to school because he was dirt poor. But the people don't like him, and so they're like, "Fuck it, we're gonna fuck with him." Doesn't fucking work because he ends up getting a teacher that likes him, and she's a little bit older than him, but he ends up getting accused of something, so he runs away.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
Yeah, and my one of my
Or
favorite
I've seen
moments.
the trailer for it.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments in this anime is while he's in his like mom and dad's feudal world. Because I'm not going to spoil anything for those who haven't watched it, or if you haven't watched it and you
I
do.
have it. You'll have to send me the link so I
Yeah,
can
I will. I will.
remember to watch it.
Yeah, I will. But he goes to his mom and dad's like land, and while he's there, this dude from a neighboring, I think it's neighboring town or neighboring country, goes in and he tries to break into these two girls' rooms and do stuff with them, you know, against their will. He finds out, throws the guys out there, and just starts beating the guy senseless without, like, his face is just blank. He's just whop, whop. And they're like, please stop. And by the time he stops, he's just black, blue, bloody, and just, he's just knocked fucking retarded.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me any.
It's by far one of my favorite scenes, and he doesn't look strong, but he's strong. He trained a lot. He has pretty good magical powers. Um, it's what's a good one to compare it to? I don't really know.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually, but it's actually really good. Um, he ends up telling the teacher that was close to his age because she was a genius that he liked her, and so he saves her from a fate that she didn't want. Um, and he saves her from a fate she didn't want, and he takes her away, and that's how the season ended. Finally coming out with season 2. Really excited. I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year, but I want it to come out. I want those animes to come out.
Well, for me, I got lucky because season two of Moonlit Fantasy came out, and I've been watching
Oh,
that a little bit.
yes.
And from what I've read, somebody kind of spoiled it for me because they read through the manga. So I do not like the one male hero that comes in because there's three other people.
Yeah.
I don't like the male hero.
Okay.
I think he's an asshole and I think he's just a bratty kid and I can't stand the kid.
Yeah.
The girl, she's almost like she's not stupid, but she's also like imagine okay, so imagine Goku, but the opposite of Goku.
We talking
So, you know,
we talking smart wise or strength
I'm
wise?
talking like no, I'm talking in the sense of you know how Goku's an idiot to everything but fighting.
He's an idiot to fighting, but not to everything else.
She's kind of like a she's too green and kind of an idiot when it comes to fighting, in my opinion.
Okay, okay, okay.
She's too green to be a fighter
Okay, I see
and
what you're talking
all
about
that.
now. I
But
see you
she's
now.
not, yeah, but she's not bad.
Yeah,
Like she's not,
I
but
see you
the
now.
one dude basically wants so I'll give you a bit of spoilers.
Yep,
So the dragon, Tomoe, the one hero, the one male hero that came to from the same I think timeline that Makoto did,
yep.
he wants Tomoe, like because he tried using the whole I've got the mystic eye and I'm gonna persuade you.
Yeah,
And that didn't quite pan out for him.
yeah.
So it's like one of those situations, but
Okay. I get it.
and
I get it.
then yeah, I was kind of like I fucking hate this guy. I really just want him to die. I really hate the guy because even Tomoe was like, nope, and she could tell she was basically trying to get brainwashed.
Yeah.
And the dude was, and me being me, I have to when I find stuff because you know there's always a rule 34 of every anime ever made.
Hey,
And I
the
looked up
Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it.
exactly,
No.
but I had kind of gotten interested. I got curious and I looked into it, and I found a picture where he actually managed to use like brainwashing on her, but it was just a picture. Thank God. I might have to G Fresh might have to cut a bitch if that was the case. But yeah, so I just kind of was like, oh, okay, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But then I just kind of sat there and I'm kind of mumbling a little bit because I'm trying to think on it.
That's what
The
that
thing I
signals.
was laughing at with it's a good anime and I love it right now
Yeah.
because from what I've heard from somebody had spoiled it and read it. I don't give my sources out, sorry, but somebody had spoiled it. I guess in the manga, Makoto actually does get with Mio and Tomoe.
Well, anyone who has two set brain cells to rub together could fucking tell anyone that, because I mean, it's
Well, you weren't so not really because in season one, you could tell that they have tried many times, but he didn't want to because he treated them like family.
yeah, but that's a common anime trope though, right there.
Yeah, but with if you watch more of it, you kind of get that same feeling of this didn't feel like he was. This is what was going to happen. You didn't get that feel like it, but I
Yeah,
mean, Emma too. Emma was so badass that I was like, I might piss myself a little bit.
yeah. That's
Emma's
another anime.
scary. In season two, Emma's scary when she's mad.
Yeah, that's another anime I need to watch season two of.
Moonlit Fantasy, yeah, fucking get on it.
Well, I've already watched season one. Now well, I'm waiting for season two to be finished dubbed. I don't know if it's all dubbed or not.
No, there's like 2 episodes that are left because it's 20 episodes.
I'll probably wait till it's all dubbed, then I'll fucking binge it.
Because there's 2 episodes that were subbed only. Because somebody had sat there and said that like towards the end of season two was when, in their opinion, it started getting good.
Yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
just the intensity and how Makoto acts was kind of like, ooh, you fucked up. You know you fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, minus the season one part at the end of that season one, because I mean, that season one end was just fucking brilliant when he just tortures that girl for killing his people.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he just loses his mind. He just goes and stab.
Oh yeah, no, that when that's not even the ending.
Hey, it's part of the ending, damn it.
It's not even the actual ending of season one though. That's a little bit before the ending.
No, it's the ending part.
Oh, you're talking of that. Okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're trying to say
yeah, the
now.
whole like end fight scene thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I was
Yeah.
like, not quite there, buddy. But no, yeah. So it's fucking crazy, dude.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, season two is really good. Another one that I'm currently kind of checking out, and this will be the last one for our episode here.
Yeah.
Kamikatsu.
What's that one about? That sounds
Working
familiar.
for God in a godless world.
Yes, I've been meaning to check that one out. That I heard what it's about, and oh my god, it sounds fucking hysterical.
I've kind of been watching it, but not fully. I'm not going to talk much about it because I'm still trying to watch it to kind of get a feel for it.
Okay.
But it's on a recommendation list.
Yeah. There's one anime I want to check out that's not out yet. I think it comes out later on. I think it comes out in like July or something. It's I can't remember the name of it, but I believe it's a manhwa, but it's
You say solo leveling, I'm going to fucking hurt you.
no, but it's kind of like Our Yeta. The dude I can't remember the name of it, but the dude gets like these weak powers, and the gods kind of push him aside. He gets he gets thrown down to like the deepest part of the dungeon, and he comes back up and he tries to get his revenge.
What is the one I was just watching?
It's
Hold on. There was one I was just watching that was very much like that. It wasn't My One Hit Kill Sister. Oh, The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventures.
that one also does look good, but no, this one has like a really long name, like you defeating everybody with my level one powers or some shit like that. I'll
Once you
remember.
find it, you'll have to send me the link. Otherwise, I'm going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. It's not out yet. I'll have to find something about it. But that one was really good. An anime I wish to end this off all on. I would like an anime that we would wish that they would continue on with, but never did. Which for me is Drifters. It was a really good anime.
And no, to the people who are listening, you cannot recommend No Game, No Life. Just face it. We're never getting another season of that.
Yeah. Although, let's face it, that anime was creepy too. Um,
Well, there's a lot that are creepy, that are borderline, that make incest look like fucking wincest.
right. Um, but yeah, mine is Drifters. Great anime.
The Aristocrats Otherworldly Adventures is on a recommendation list if you want. I would
Okay.
say check it out. It's funny. I enjoy it, especially with how all the gods are treating him and how overly OP he is.
Okay. I'll check. I think it's on my list. I have to check it out eventually.
Yeah, you should. It's really fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think Drifters is on Crunchyroll. For those of you who are watching and watch it on YouTube, if you find it, go down to the
Send it to
comments.
him so he could shut the fuck up for once.
Go down to the comments, put it in the comments, or come to our Discord, Everyday Nerds, and chat with us there. Put it in there because I would love to watch that anime again. Really fucking good.
Now, to end this, we also have a announcement for our listeners, and this is something that me and Global have been talking about for a while now. We'll do the intro right after this, or the outro
Yep.
right after this, but we have an announcement that Global has been excited for. I'm going to let him kind of go into the details. I'll clarify anything that needs to be clarified. But Global, why don't you tell our listeners what's going to be coming in our near future?
Coming in our near future, we'll be talking more about some Doctor Who stuff.
Not just some. We're going to talk all Doctor Who.
Well, yeah,
We
but
are eventually going to make plans to bring Doctor Who into
our repertoire of stuff we talk about.
Yes. Doctor Who is something I've been a fan of for many, many years. If you started with the Ninth Doctor, which is who I started with, and you've got past that first episode, you've been a Whovian ever since, and I'm proud of you. You stuck through it. If you know, you know.
And see, for me, for our listeners, for me, I can't tell you the ninth or the 10th because I'd have to look it up. I just know for me, I started with Rose and Christopher Eccleston's Doctor.
That's the Ninth.
Okay, so then yeah, I started with the ninth. I watched the 10th and the 11th. I ended with Matt Smith.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about restarting it, but I won't go. I'll start with the ninth and go back then because I think
Yeah.
the other ones are damn near impossible to find.
Yeah, Classic Who's classic, almost damn near impossible to find. But yeah, Doctor Who is coming to our repertoire soon. Um, join us on that journey, on that weird, weird journey that is the Doctor Who. Um,
We
yeah,
hope to look to see you guys there. We're really hoping for it.
talk to people about us, share us, love us, caress us.
All right, shut up, dude. Now you're making this really fucking weird.
Oh, we went way past weird.
Yeah, don't remind me.
But yeah, that is the end. We shall
All right, are you fucking gonna shut up now so we can end this already? I've been waiting like for the last few minutes now.